Good morning, my dear children and parents. Welcome to class 8th of Indus Valley Public School Rat. So, my dear children, today we are going to study about a lesson that is related to the history of our country. How a revolt of 1857 broke out and what were the consequences of the revolt paved the way to the first freedom fight against British rule in India. So here in this chapter, it will give the details of the conditions, situations that led to the first war of independence in 1857, how the East India Company conquered the ruler with the help of their superior weapons. This helped the Britishers to enlarge their victories in India. They promoted the superstition of Indians. They imported goods from Britain without import duty and also chopped off the thumbs of expert artisans. They used to pay less incentives and salary to Indians, perkings for working with British Army. All these conditions led to the explosion of 1857. Okay, my dear children? So, we will be studying about the lesson, the glimpses of the past. So this is about, so in this picture just identify who all are there, what is happening in this thing, just identify them. Till then we'll start with the next point. We'll start with the chapter. So children, here just look into the picture, okay, and before that we will start. Here are some pictorial glimpses of the history of your country from 1757 to 1857. These pictures and speech bubbles will help clarify your understanding of the condition that led to the event known as First War of Independence in 1857. So my dear children, it is a picture story. It recalls the story of freedom through pictures. It also explains the idea that led to the first war of independence in 1857 at a function in Delhi. So now this picture is of a function that was in Delhi, and Lata Mangeshkar sang patriotic song "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logo." She called upon the Indians to recall with tearful eyes the sacrifices of Indian freedom fighter. Okay, so this is what there in the first part, the martyrs. Martyrs means who sacrifice their life for the freedom. Okay, so here she is singing. Now coming to the second, so this was the company conquest. Conquest means to take over or capture. Here company means East India Company, the Britishers, about them. So what happened in this particular thing? So I'll just read out and then explain what happened there. So this was the time from 1757 to 1849 when Britishers were there. So what were there in the first paragraph? With its superior weapons, the British East India Company were extending its power in 18th century. So by the help of their superior weapons, they were having more powerful weapons and they were attracting the Indians. So this is 1765 India, and now this yellow color is India and this pinkish color is British territory. Look into the map. So now what happened? Come into the next bubble. Indian prince was short-sighted. Short-sighted means they are not looking for the future. They only see what is seen there in present, and they are not thinking for the future, what will happen if we are going to support the Britishers, because they are offering them the superior weapons or variety of weapons to them. तो जो आपके इंडियन प्रिंस थे, राजा थे, वो ज़्यादा नहीं सोचते थे. उनको लगता था आज हमारा राज्य हमें जुड़ जाए, दूसरों का राज्य हमें मिल जाए, हमारा राज्य एक्सटेंड हो जाए, पर इसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस क्या होंगे वो उन्हें पता नहीं थे. सो दे आर शॉर्ट sighted. That upstart Raja Ba call the English merchant. They will help me to defeat him. So now one of here he is saying that let's call the Britishers. They will help me to conquer the other part. So why he is calling? Because he was having utmost faith in the Britishers, not in the his own people. So he is saying to just call them. So the people had no peace due to such constant fight. So what happened? Continuous fights were going on and the people were not having satisfaction in their themselves because continuous fight were going on. Then what happened? The rivalries held the East India Company and it could easily subdue Indian prince one by one. तो वहाँ पे क्या हुआ? दिन भर लड़ाइयाँ हुई और उसको क्या था, जो इंडियन प्रिंस थे उनको सबड्यू, उनको अपना प्रतिबंधी बना लिया, धीरे धीरे करते हुए उनको अपने कब्जे में ले लिया. फाइन. Now what happened? A far-seeing ruler like brave Tipu of Mysore fought the British till he died fighting. So what happened? Tipu Sultan, he was thinking for the future. If the Indian people or Indian princes, if they are going to subdue themselves to the Britishers, then what will happen? So he was fighting against them. He was fighting against the Britishers till he was not dead. So till his last breath he was fighting who? Tipu Sultan of Mysore. Thank God there is peace in the country now. No more wars and no looting by thugs. It is God who sent the Britishers. Our destiny is linked with them. So what happened? Here some of the people who were in the support of the Britishers, so they were saying that, they were discussing among themselves, it's because of Britishers only now no loots are there, no thugs are there, no rivalries are there. Why? Because one kingdom ka king is not fighting with the other kingdom ka king, and to whom these Britishers are supporting, they are only held by the prince and they capture the kingdom. तो कहा जा रहा है कि अब यहाँ पर लड़ाइयाँ नहीं हैं because of these Britishers, and they were thanking God for sending these Britishers to India, and they were saying it's their fate कि these kind of Britishers are coming to our country. The white man has killed or dethroned our king. Some kings were not good, but after all they were of this land. Now we have become slaves of foreigners. But some of the people were there who were against these Britishers. Okay, so they were saying that even though our king is not good, even then the king is not supporting us, but they are far better than these Britishers. So we should support our own British. They are from our own land. They are not from the foreign countries. So in this time, some of the people of India, they were supporting the Britishers and some of them were not supporting the Britishers. So in this paragraph, it is told that the East India Company was having a strong position as compared to the Indian prince. They had superior weapons. Who? The Britishers. So beside Indian prince was short-sighted in their approach to the event of the time, Indian princes were fighting each other. They often sought the help of the company to defeat other princes. This worked in the favor of the company. So your company means East India Company or the Britishers. So it could easily subdue these princes one after the others. So what happened? However, the subdue means is like to have the control. Means they become the gulam jo hota hai, that is the things. So however, the Tipu Sultan of Mysore fought the British. He died in the battlefield fighting the Britishers. The general reaction to the British rule was not the same everywhere in India. Some of the people were thanking the Britishers, but some of them were bemoaned that the country was subject to foreign rule. So some were not happy as these Britishers entered to their country. Now coming to the next part, it is related to your British rule. So here it will be told about how these people rule our country. So now British rule is from the time 1765 to 1836. The religion readers preached idea like untouchability and child marriage. So here some of the conflicts came between the religion like untouchability and child marriage, छुआछूत और बाल विवाह उसके बारे में. Anyone who cross this seas loses his religion. So now it becomes a boundary was there, a line was there, a demarcation was given कि people should not cross this religion will stay in this region, this religion will stay in this region. So there was a proper demarcation. If any people who is going to cross that line, he or she is going to lose his religion. So this was the promotion of untouchability or religionship. All the misery in the world is due to women. So now here people are started cursing the women for all kind of circumstances. The truth was that Indian has lost self-respect. The British scorned them. So now what happened? These Britishers have tuned the Indians according to their thinking. So what happened? So these Indians were behaving the way the Britishers want, and they have lost their self-respect. Who? The Indians. The native are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. True, your honor, but I am honest. So now these people, these Britishers are saying to the Indians that your natives are unworthy of trust. They are not good enough. They are not capable of honesty. So these Britishers were turning the mind of the Indians. So now what happened? The Indians are telling them, okay, no, I am your honest servant. I am true to you. I am loyal to you. So this is the way some of the Indians were tuned with the thoughts of the Indian, with the mind of the Britishers. Being merchant, the British wanted quick profit. The heavy taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. So now what happened? These Britishers, they want to have quick profit. So what they started to do, let's see. So they put the heavy taxes on the farmer, and sometimes they started taking their field also. They asked them to leave their field. Britishers asked the farmers to leave their field. But your men are taking all my crops. You are still in the arrears. If you don't pay next week, I will send you to jail. So now Britishers are asking for the heavy taxes. They are asking for the taxes from the farmer. Now the farmer is saying that already your people have already taken whatever they have grown up. So how can I pay? So they are saying, Britishers are saying, if you are not going to pay, then I will put you in the jail by next week. Still, the British invented other methods which gave them more profit. So now Britishers started to have more profit. How? Let's see. The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India. So whatever the goods are produced in England, they will be free from import taxes. Good idea. Now the one is saying it's a good idea. The East India Company's law began to cripple Indian industry. So what happened? So by this, the Indians, local companies were there, cottage industries were there, small scale industries were there, that was from India. They started crippling, they started suffering. उनको बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान होने लगा. Inevitability, famines followed. So we have learned the meaning of inevitability in your poem geography. So just look into the meaning from there. I will not tell you, I just want to check. So now inevitability, famines followed. Between 1822 and 1836, 15 lakhs Indians died of starvation. So during this period, how many people died? 15 lakhs. Why? Because of hunger. They are not having food to have. Because their crops were already taken. They were not having any amount. They were not having any grains. Nothing were with them. So 15 lakhs people died in this tenure. The British politics ruined the expert artisan and their business. So what happened? They started chopping off the thumb of the artisan who make the beautiful paintings, beautiful designs, beautiful craft work and all. So these Britishers start chopping their thumb so that they cannot perform any kind of good work. Their business should not flourish. So this way they started there, and it ruined their business, it stopped their business, it affected their business. So in British rule, what happened? In British rule, it was from 1765 to 1836. The social fabric was in bad shape. Religious leaders preached absurd practices, bad practices like untouchability and child marriage. In truth, Indians had lost their self-respect. The British scorned them. The farmer and the artisan were the worst hit. Okay, heavy taxes ruined the farmer. The British cut the thumbs of the expert artisan. The British used every method to make maximum profit. The imports from England became tax free. Okay, so this is what they are described in 1765 to 1836. Now coming to the next part, that is from Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So now in this period what happened, I'll let you know. So this is a period when Raja Ram Mohan Roy, from where he belongs to Bengal. So now what happened, this period was from 1772 to 1833. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. So now he captured what is going on inside the country, why Britishers were coming up, what is the motive behind Britishers to come India, and how they are attracting the people of India. So he used his brain to point out the things where the loopholes are. Okay, so Raja Ram Mohan just understood what is wrong with them. What was wrong with them? Let's not despise ourselves. Our ancient culture is great and we are capable of greater achievements. Superstitions have been ruining us. So now Raja Ram Mohan Roy is saying to his people, our culture, means our Indian people, our Indian culture is very good. We should not miss our culture. We should not underestimate our culture, and we should work on our culture because we are capable of achieving higher, and we should work on our own culture, and we should not be in superstition because that is ruining us, that is destroying us. He told his wife Uma. So now Raja Ram Mohan Roy is saying to his wife what? Let's see. Cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is the same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. So now what he is saying to his wife, even the colors of the cows are different, but whatever the milk we are getting from them is only white. So now different teachers have different opinions, but essence of every religion is same. So here he is saying that teachers, whatever they are giving us the knowledge. The way of delivering their knowledge is different, but the motto is to give the knowledge. Similarly here, by this he is saying that whatever religion we people are having, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, whatever, but our motto is to have freedom from this Britishers. So this he was telling कि रंग हमारे अलग अलग क्यों ना हो, पर मकसद हमारा एक है. मतलब काऊ के रंग कई होते हैं, बट वी आर गेटिंग द सेम कलर ऑफ मिल्क, दैट इज वाइट. हियर वी आर हैविंग डिफरेंट रिलीजन ऑफ पीपल, बट all the people want freedom from the country. So he said that way. All the teachers teaching, their concepts are different, but their motto is to give knowledge to you people. Okay? Yes. Coming to the next. He was attracted by the science and modern knowledge. Knowledge should be practical and scientific. So now what happened? Raja Ram Mohan Roy was very intelligent person, and he was attracted by the science and the modern technology. He was very much attracted towards the studies. So now he is saying that knowledge should be practical and scientific. Whatever we are thinking, whatever thoughts coming to our mind, it should have all the pros and cons, all the cause and effect. So everything should have a reason to do. Without reason, nothing should be done. He crossed this. He started newspaper, but suspicious British stopped them in 1823. So in order to literate the people of India and to update them, Raja Ram Mohan Roy started the supply of newspaper. But this Britishers, they stopped them in 1823. Why? Because they were suspecting this Raja Ram Mohan Roy might disturb the people's thought who are in the favor of the Britishers. He crossed the seas and went to England to see what made the British powerful there, he told them. So now he wants to check why these people are having the knowledge, why they came to India, and what is running behind their head, behind their mind. So in order to gather the information, he went to England. Who? Raja Ram Mohan Roy. We accept you as ruler and you must accept us as subjects. But you must remember that responsibility a ruler owes to his subjects. So now Raja Ram Mohan Roy went to England and he was saying that, okay, fine, we will be accepting you as our subject, as our masters. But you should also understand the role of the master, what a subject, what a ruler has to do for his people. राजा, हम आपको अपने राजा की तरह मानते हैं, बट आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि एक राजा का अपनी प्रजा के लिए क्या कर्तव्य है, क्या जिम्मेदारी है, तो ही हम आपको राजा मानेंगे, अन्यथा नहीं. These were the words said by the Raja Ram Mohan Roy. What were the words? We accept you as ruler and you must accept us as subject. Okay? समझिए हमें क्या चाहिए, what do we want? But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subject. Okay? So now in the part Raja Ram Mohan Roy, from 1772 to 1833, it is told that Raja Ram Mohan Roy understood what was wrong with the country. He tried to reform the society. He taught the people that the main precepts of all religion were the same. Concept of all the religion was same. He 1757 to 1849 emphasized the practical use of knowledge. He went to England. There he reminded the British that ruler had a duty towards their subject too. He started newspaper in India. The suspicious British stopped them in 1823. So this is what in this part. Now coming to the fifth part, what was the operation? So what do you mean by operation? So when the things started, now what to do, what dominations, cruelty, tyranny, or you can repression, domination, जब जहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा आतंक आ गया, क्या हो गया वहाँ पे क्या नहीं, मतलब ब्रिटिशर्स का ऑपरेशन, ब्रिटिशर्स कैसे कैसे जुल्म कर रहे थे, it was there. The period was, the operation was 1765 to 1835. Now what happened in this? Wait. But the British continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they had passed Regulation 3. So what was the regulation? Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in court. So it was a resolution was passed in 1818 कि Indian people would be prisoned without any court trial or without any reason. They will be immediately put into the jail. All the time, British officers in India drew big salaries and also made fortunes in private businesses. So what happened? So whosoever was working in British office and in the private business, they were having high salaries and everything. So Britishers were having a good time. They were earning a lot. Either whether it's in the fortune, you can say, they were making good amount of money in the private businesses also. By 1829, Britain was exporting British goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. A big amount they were exporting. Okay, so they were sending a amount to they were sending goods to other countries and they were earning how much amount? 7 crores. British prospered on the company's loot where Indian industries began to die. So what happened? Now whatever the companies belongs to East India Company or the Britishers, they were flourishing like anything, they were expanding like anything, they were having profits, they were having huge amount of money. But on the other side, the companies, the Indian companies, they were dying. They were not having a single penny. Everything was becoming everything was a zero for them, for the Indian company. Governor General Bentinck reported back home, the bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. So now he is saying that the bones are bleaching India. Thus, here what happened? India is the here in India people used to weave cotton. It was the basic company for the इंडियन कंपनी इंडियन पीपल. इट वॉज द बेसिक फॉर देम. ये उन लोगों की एक नींव थी कॉटन इंडस्ट्रीज़ की, जो कि इट वॉज अबाउट टू फिनिश्ड ऑफ बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ब्रिटिश or because of this East India Company. So now Governor General Bentinck said that the bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. Now it is going to be extinct in India. It's going to vanish in India. Okay, it's about to disappear. So what happened in operation? In 1818, a resolution was passed, and in that resolution, it is mentioned that an Indian would be jailed without trial in a court. The British officer drew large salaries, a big amount of salaries. Besides, they made fortunes in business. By 1829, Britain was exporting goods worth 7 crore rupees to India. Even the British Governor General of India, Bentinck, reported to England, the bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. Thus, the Britishers prospered on the ruins of Indian industry. One side, Indian industries was dying, they were ruining, they were finishing off, and the other side, Britishers were prospering themselves. They were becoming rich day by day. Now coming to the sixth part, that is dissatisfaction. So now here see what happened. Now people, how they became dissatisfied. So in this period was from 1835 to 1856. What happened here? Education in India was in Persian and Sanskrit. In 1835, an Englishman named Macaulay suggested a change. So what happened? In India, generally the education was done in the languages Persian and Sanskrit. But 1835, what happened? Macaulay, an Englishman, he changed. He gave some suggestions regarding the education. Let's see what. We should teach the native through the English language. I agree. So now they both were discussing, means Britishers were discussing that we should teach English to the Indians. Why? They can use them for their own work, for their own benefit. If they will teach them English, they can make them to do the work also. So this was their plan. English education produced clerks to whom the British gave petty jobs under them. Incidentally, it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. So this was the motto behind Britishers to teach Indian the English, so that they can make them clerk without having much paid to them, giving them a very less amount, and it will also help them to generate intellectuals. So some education will also be developed among the Indians. We must educate our brothers. Now some of the people, some of the Indians, they are talking among themselves. What they are saying? We must teach our Indians and try to improve their material condition. For that, we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. So now what happened? We must educate. All this discussion was there going on. So they said we should also present our things, our problems in front of the British Parliament also. By 1856, the British had conquered whole of India. Now see the map. Starting map was very different. Here see, whole maximum, this red part is covered with the Britishers. They cared little about the needs of Indians. So now Britishers, they used to think very less for the Indians. Our king have become puppets and we have lost our old jobs. So now these people are again talking, and these Indians are talking about themselves. And lands, they are converting our brothers. You only talk, do something to drive them out. So now they are saying, हमारे जो राजा थे वो उनके लिए कठपुतली बन गए हैं. We do not have any kind of job. हमारे land, now we are not having our lands also. They were turning our brothers, means they were diverting Indians toward themselves, and you people talk, do something. Now they're saying at least you talk to them and do something for us, so that they can move out, do something, that Britishers should go out of this country. So now what kind of dissatisfaction is there? Let's see. From 1835 to 56. So what happened here? In 1835, Lord Macaulay suggested that the medium of education in India should be English. What? Should be English. Who suggested? Lord Macaulay. The proposal was carried. The aim was to produce an army of clerks to assist the British. It happened, but it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. Some of them tried to educate the mass. Some decided to convey the grievances of the people to the British Parliament. So by 1856, the British were ruling the whole of India. Now they cared little about the Indians' need. The dissatisfaction in the public began to grow now. People wanted to get rid of the Britishers. So now see what happened. उनको कैसे dissatisfaction हुआ and कैसे वहाँ पे situations बदली. So now next point is the spark. Spark कैसे चिंगारी आई बदला लेने की. Okay. So now coming here. So what happened in this part? It was from 1855 to 57. Taxes continued to ruin the peasant in Bengal. The Santals, who had lost their land under new land rules, became desperate. In 1855, they rose the rebellion and massacred European with their support alike. So what happened? Now, here heavy taxes were there, and the people who are not having land, then the Santals, all the victims, they were united and they became so what happened in 1885? A rebellion and amongst a European and their support alike. So what happened? एक तरह का revolt वहाँ पे चालू हुआ धीरे धीरे. So all dissatisfied people joined and they started to fight against these Britishers. Discontent was brewing in East India Company army too. So now what happened? They were not accepting all this thing. They were also, East India Company was also preparing for the fight. The white soldier get huge pay mention to live in servants. So now the people are saying that these Britishers, these white soldiers, they are getting a huge amount to stay in the mansions also, while we get pittance and slow promotion. So now Indians are saying that in front of these Britishers, the white people, we are getting very less amount. We are giving up very petty amount. Very amount here means money. The Angraj asks us to cross the sea, which is against our religion. Who is Topiwala to abolish our age-old custom? So now what happened? Now people are saying that these Angraj are forcing them to cross the boundaries that is given for the religions. They are forcing us to stop our religion, to change our religions. They are forcing us to cross the boundaries. So now we must drive out the Angraj. So here people are thinking that we should plan out some way so that these Angraj should move out of our country. They should leave our country. Thousands of other sepoy revolted. They were stripped of their uniform. तो वर्दी में हो ना हो, but the people were thinking to revolt and they want anyhow these Britishers should move out of India. Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjacent of his regiment and was executed. So now plans were running from Mangal Pandey's mind. Few Englishmen had cared to understand Indian custom or the people's mind. So what happened? So these were the planning made by the Indian people, and some of the Britishers, some of the Englishmen captured the mind of the Indian. They understood what was the plan that the Indians are going to play. Oh, proud Brahmin soldier, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made up of the fat of cow and pigs? What? The white man has deceived us too. So now they are saying that in this weapon, that the bullet we are going to use, it is having a grease. It is having a covering of foiling of a grease that is made from the cow and pig's meat. And these two animals are pious animals for Hindu and Muslims respectively. So now what happened? The people were shocked, and the white men are deceiving us too. So now people are saying that these are ditching us. वो हम लोग को धोखा दे रहे हैं. Soon, chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their services. So now what happened? A secret messengers were passed, and in the secret messenger that chapatis will be sent. That means the king wants the help of the kingdom people. Yes, all my men village will be ready, and when they accept the chapati, that means you are giving acceptance for the supporting the king. Similarly, lotus flowers circulated among Indian soldiers, that to the foreigners. The masses gave all help and shelters to their patriots. So now they was the way they were circulating chapatis for the help, and the lotus was assembled to revolt that particular area against the British. So this is what there in the spark. So spark is the period from 1855 to 1857. What happened there? Let's discuss. So here sparkle, glint और ignite, एक आग लग जानी लोगों को कि अब तो बदला लेना ही है हमें ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी से, and that started from 1855 to 1807. Let's see what happened. Under the new rules, Santals had become desperate. In 1855, they rose in rebellion and killed the Europeans and their servants alike. The discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjacent of the area, and he was executed. The English did not care about Indian custom. So वो Indian custom से नहीं जानते. Why? Because they were using the grease made up of cow and pig in covering the bullet. Chapatis were sent from village to village, with them a secret message that the native emperor would want the service. Similarly, lotus flower was circulated among the Indian soldiers. The masses also gave all support and help to the Indians. Now what happened? That was the Chingari here. Ignite was there. Now the revolt. What happened in 1857? A revolt came. See. Then there was a violent outbreak at Meerut. So first it revolted Meerut. The Sepoy marched to Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. So now they were praising Bahadur Shah, and they were saying, let's our ruler live a long life, because already they have started for the Meerut, then they went to Delhi, and the rebellion spread wider, and the fight spread, and it spread wider and wider. Many landlords had lost their lands because of the British policies, and they were sore. The white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. So what happened in this portion, in this picture, it is told that a revolt started at the Meerut. The Sepoy who had revolted marched to Delhi. Now from Meerut they went to Delhi. From Meerut they went to Delhi, and they were shouting the slogan in the favor of Bahadur Shah Jafar. They want their ruler, they want their king to live a long life. And the rebellion spread wider, and the fight spread wider. Many landlords also lost their land. They helped the revolt. So all the victims, they started helping this revolt of 1857. Okay. Now I think this is the last part. What happened there? The fight for freedom. How it came 1857. So what was there? Let's see. The fight for freedom 1857. Many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. So now, तो जो वहाँ की फॉर्मर रूलर थी, मतलब राजा के बाद जो रानी बनती हैं, दैट वाज द बेगम हजरत महल ऑफ लखनऊ. उन्होंने वो उनके भी तेवर बदले हुए थे. शी वॉज नॉट हैप्पी. शी वॉज ऑल्सो अ सफरर. So she is saying, the white man has taken away my kingdom. So now she, because her husband was dead, her kingdom also went because of that. So now they joined the upsurge against the foreigners. So now she is saying we have to join a team, a revolt against the Britishers. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmedullah of Faizabad told the people, "Rise, brother, rise. The Angrez is ruining our land." Azimullah Khan, the people rose everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur and Allahabad. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope, now what? We should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence. The patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battle all over North India. 80-year-old Kunwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist. Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you. So what happened here in this part, in this picture, it is told that to many rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow, she was also bitter. The English has taken away my kingdom. Popular leaders like Maulvi Ahmadullah of Faizabad urged the common man to revolt. He was asking everyone to fight against the Britishers. Let them make them out. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope to make Nana Sahib the leader of that war for the independence. All over North India, the people fought pitched battle against the British. 80-year-old Kunwar Singh of Bihar, he received a bullet in his wrist. He cut it off. So he just taken out that bullet from his wrist, throw it into the Ganga. He said that it was his last offering and he's dead. He just jumped into the water and said he was owing the river Ganga and said that now I am giving myself to you and this is my last offering to you. I will not be alive now. I will not be able to serve you, because he did not want to die with the the death that is given by the British. So he had taken out the bullet from his wristwatch. He's thrown that bullet and he jumped into the river Ganga by saying that he is giving his last offering to her. So this is what all about the glimpse of the past. Glimpse means choti si jhalkiyan. All from 1857, the revolt from 1757 to 1857, whole stories is presented in front of you in a very short manner, in a very glimpse manner. I hope you have understood. You already read this story, I think, in your history. It might be clear to you people. If you are having any doubt, please ask me. Revise this chapter, and in the next video I will give you the summary of this lesson. So please go through the lesson. If you have any doubt, do ask me. Call me up. I'll explain you. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you so much, my dear children.